Stop getting blocked and start winning points. If you're sick of getting blocked, if you want to start looking like the best player on the court, if you want to start bouncing balls, you need to learn how to see the block. How many times has this happened to you? You get the perfect set, you go up to spike, and then out of nowhere and very rudely, you get kill blocked. You didn't even see the block and you got kill blocked. And then when you look, there was actually 2 people there. Oh my goodness, what a surprise. That is going to continue to happen if you don't learn how to see the block. And in this video, I'm gonna give you 3 easy steps to start practicing so you can see the block and you can start winning points. Let's get started. Yes, this is definitely a men's height net. No people in the comments are gonna start trolling me, bruv. This is a really high net. I just happen to be really, really tall today. How many times has this happened to you? You get the perfect set, it comes up, and then you go up to spike, and a block comes out of nowhere. If you want to learn how to get around the block, you first need to see the block. And once you start to see the block, you will start to be able to bounce the ball. You will never get blocked again. You will be an unstoppable force of volleyball greatness. Now, when I'm talking about spiker vision, I'm not talking about what you see in the air. Okay, that's important, but we're not there yet. We need to start a little earlier. Because when we're jumping in the air, we have less than a second to gather a lot of information and try and do something with it. That's really hard. So let's make our job a lot easier. Instead of relying just on the information we have when we jump, we need to go back a few steps. The first step I'm talking about is all the way back at the pass. That's right, your spiker vision starts after you pass the ball or after one of your teammates pass the ball. Let me show you what I usually see when I'm watching players pass the ball. They pass the ball and they have their eye on the ball. They lock on to the ball and then they watch the setter set the ball. And then what? They watch the ball and then they go up to spike. And then they're surprised when they get triple blocked. You see, there's a problem here. If we spend all our time looking at the ball, we have no time looking at the blockers. So this is step 1. As soon as you pass the ball, look at the blockers. Look at the blockers. Do not spectate the ball passing it. What is looking at that ball going to do for you? Nothing. Even if you shank it, you can't fix it by looking at it really, really hard. You need to be able to split your attention. Dig and then look at where the blockers are. That's what's gonna help you. Dig, look at where the blockers are, and then you can look at the setter again. Back to our comfort zone. This is gonna tell you some really important information. Where do the blockers start? Sometimes blockers start all the way on the antenna. Sometimes they start a little further in. You won't know that until you look. You need to stop spectating the ball and start playing the game. What is the thing that's going to stuff us up the most? Is it the ball? No, it's the blockers. It's the other team. It's the people who contact the ball. Those are the important parts of volleyball. Watching the ball isn't going to do anything. You have about 1.5 seconds, maybe even 2 seconds on a really high pass to be able to scope out the enemy. That's going to give you a lot of information. Continue to practice that. That's the first step in learning how to get spiker vision. It isn't starting to look when you're jumping, it's starting to look after the pass. Even when other people pass, this is what I see. Somebody else passes. Oh, I'm looking at the ball. I'm not even passing and I'm looking at the ball. You don't need to see the ball. You do not need to have your focus on the ball. You need your focus on the people that are going to ruin your day. Yes, vision on the ball is important, but it's not that important. We don't need to lock in on the ball. We can use our peripheral vision to get an idea of where that ball is going. Now, this is where players really get caught off guard. What happens when you shank the ball? Oh, it goes behind me. Can I fix the problem by looking at it? I can't. I cannot. I need to trust my players. So once I pass, even if I shank, just take a brief little look at block and then get locked back in on setter. Very, very important. If you are stuck on the ball, that is all you're ever going to see. You will continue to get blocked if you do not look at the block. Pretty simple stuff. On to step 2. When I coach players and they get double blocked, my first question is, did you see the second blocker? A lot of the time they say, yes. No, they didn't, because they weren't looking at the blocker. Guess what they were looking at? They were looking at the ball. Or they were so locked in on the outside blocker. How do we keep an eye on the middle blocker? Very easy. Once we pass the ball, we scan for blockers, okay? And then we can focus on the ball going into setter's hands. Now, this is usually where setter is standing. Setter is usually standing on the net and they're setting like this, yeah? Remember, men's height net, okay, approximately the height of a man. So usually the setter is here setting. Who else is usually very, very close to the setter? The setter's usually in the middle of the court. Guess who else is in the middle of the court? Middle blocker on this side. So all you need to do to see the middle blocker is watch the setter's contact and look 1 meter past the setter to see where the blocker is. Now, if we hold our focus on the middle blocker for just half a second after the set, we can see which way they're going, okay? We can see if we're gonna get double blocked. We can see if they got baited by the middle blocker and if it's a one-on-one. Oh my goodness, how advantageous is that? So the second step is being able to notice the middle blocker. So we watch the setter set, we look a little bit further past the setter. It's really, really hard, I know. We wanna look at the ball, we wanna know exactly what's going on, but that is our biggest downfall as spikers. We need vision of the enemy team, okay? So when the setter's setting, expand your vision 1 meter to see the blocker and see where they go. Hold that vision for half a second longer than you need to see where they are. Because if they double block you, you need to make a different decision. You can't just hit it as hard as you can because you're probably gonna get kill blocked. You need to be smart about it. But if your middle has just baited that middle blocker, you're one-on-one, baby. That's game over. Boost, go down line. Easy game. If it's a really hard blocker, go off block. There's only one of them. You will win. You will win because you're a smart player. So step one, pass, look at blockers. When the ball goes into setter's hands, expand your vision past the setter. Take a look at the middle blocker over there. Whew, amazing information. Now, step three, I want to really push you here, okay? I want to really, really make it hard for you because if you can learn this, you will be absolutely unstoppable. While the ball is in the air after the set, I want you to do something really hard. I want you to not look at that ball fly through the air. I want you to look at the blockers, and even harder, I want you to look past them and look at the defenders. Oh my goodness. Impossible, right? Impossible. No, it's not impossible. Not for you, because you can do this. You will become great because you aren't being a spectator. You're not a moth to the flame. I can only look at the ball. You are a smart player. You deserve to be at Skybound Volleyball because Skybound Volleyball players are smart players. This is what you do. Step one, pass. Look at blockers. Oh my goodness. Step two, setter. While they're setting, look at middle blocker. Now, while the set is midair, split your attention one more time. Push yourself to the limit. Look at the blockers and the defenders past them. You are now galaxy-brained. Oh my goodness. You know everything. You know where the blockers are. You know where the defenders are. You know everything. And while you're looking at those defenders, your focus is split. You can still see in your peripheral the ball. So you can still approach with tempo and attack. Oh my goodness, so many things are going on. How are you supposed to do all of that? How am I supposed to look at blocker, look at setter, look at blocker, look at defender, do my approach and hit at the same time? How do you do it? You do it by practicing it every single time. You get better when you practice, and you are starting to practice greatness. You think greatness is easy? You think everybody can become great because they want to? No, people become great because they choose to. In every single decision they make, they choose greatness. They choose the harder path because when you go to the harder path, you will become better. You will become a great spiker. And if you think, I'm just gonna pass, look at the blockers once, I already know where everybody is. My question to you is, do you want to become better? Do you want to become better than you are right now? Do not settle. Do not be content with your level at the moment. Push yourself 1% every single time. It's hard, I know. It is hard. But once you master this, you will be the best volleyball player on your team. You will be. And you'll score the most points. People will wonder, how is this person scoring so many points? They've got a triple block on them and they're still scoring points. How do they do it? You and I know it's not because you're this insane person. It's because you put the 1%ers in every single time. Now, there's one more step. And that's what we talked about at the start. When you're in midair, what are you looking at? You've already got so many jobs, and now you're midair. Oh my goodness, what do? We look at the ball, but we use our senses to look at the blocker. So vision is really important. But when we're up here in air, in the moment, it's hard to split our focus. Oh my goodness, I can't look at two things at once. You can't. I need you to look at the ball. We're going to use our peripherals to see blocker now. We already know if there's two blockers there. We already know all the information we need to. Now we need to focus on ball. And then we can use our peripherals, see the blocker's hands, but also sense the blocker. All right, I'm not just talking about just see blocker, I'm talking about feel the blocker. Hear the footwork, hear the jump, sense them, smell them, I don't know. Use all your senses in that moment to unlock every single part of your brain. Because when you do that, oh my goodness, you will see them. You will see the hands, you will see the fingertips, you will feel how hungry they are to get the block. When you feel that, when you can understand and feel the blocker, oh my goodness, they want this block so bad, that is when you're in the flow state. And that is when you can make any decision you want. You could hit it, you could wipe it, you could tool it off block. You're in flow state because you're sensing the blocker now. It's not just a game of vision. We've evolved now. It's senses. We can sense them. We're up there. We can feel how hungry they are for this ball, and we deny them. What an exhilarating feeling. Being in air, flow state, being able to see, hear, smell, feel block, and destroy them anyway. Incredible. Incredible. I'm getting shivers just thinking about it. So your spike of vision doesn't start on the net. It starts at the pass. When the ball is in the air, can we affect it at all? There's nothing we can do to physically and directly affect this ball when it's in the air. Looking at it's not going to help, right? So we need to use that time effectively. After the pass, look at the block. During the set, look at the middle blocker. After the set, look at the blocker and defense. Oh my goodness, it's not for long. It's literally just bang, okay? You're just getting a snapshot of, you're scanning. And then you jump. You see them, you smell them, you hear them, you feel them. You can feel how hungry they are, and then you crush them anyway. You don't have to be afraid of the block any longer because you see them. You see them at every step of the way. After the pass, during the set, after the set, and then during the spike, you're up, you can feel it, you can see them, you can smell them. You can feel how hungry they are, and then we can do something about it. Oh my goodness, you can do something about it. You're never gonna get kill blocked. You're never gonna get blocked out of nowhere. You are going to win the points. If you practice this, you'll become the best player on your team. Whatever type of spiker you are, you will get better if you start looking at the other team instead of the ball. Stop spectating the game and start playing it. Start looking at the people that affect the game the most. Those people are the other team. So start looking at them. Stop looking at the ball, start looking at the other team. If you continue to spectate the game, if you continue to dig, look at the ball, and hope for the best, you will not get better. You will get blocked. You will continue to get blocked, and you won't become the best player on your team. And I want you to become the best. I want you to become the best person in the world. So that's why I'm giving you all of these hard tips. They're hard, but if you practice them every single time, you will get better. And I can't wait for you to get better. And I can't wait for you to practice and feel how good it is to be able to see the block, spike around the block, and use the block. And you won't get blocked ever again. When you're practicing this at training, I recommend having a friend there and telling them, hey, can you look at what I'm looking at? Am I just being a moth to the flame and looking at the ball? Get them to be really honest with you. Get them to look at exactly what you're looking at so they can give you some feedback. That's the fastest way to get better. It's hard to do it by yourself. It's easier when you have a friend. If you don't have any friends, consider coming to Skybound Volleyball. I will coach you personally, and I will get you better at looking at the blockers. I will force you. I will say, look at the blockers. Vision, vision. As soon as you pass, I'll say vision, vision, vision. Look at the blockers, look at the blockers. And you will get better because I will be coaching you personally. We run advanced junior training on Wednesday called Ascend. We have beginners training on Sunday called Explorers. If you want to be a part of that, go follow the link in my bio, and hopefully I'll see you next week. I'd like to thank McGregor State High School for partnering with Coach Artie and Skybound Volleyball. They run a volleyball development program. So that means when you come to school at McGregor, you can choose to study volleyball as a subject. What? Insane, right? If you want to go to a school that prioritizes volleyball, consider McGregor State High School, and they will support you to become the best that you can be. Yeah, better at your practice. So go practice looking at the blockers because you become a much better attacker. Good, Johnny!